Ladies and gentlemen, let us please welcome Hansjörg Metzger.
So, welcome everybody, and sorry for my voice. And if I have to cough, you shut down the micro, please. Welcome back, and I hope that I can keep you awake after the soup coma. My name is Hansjörg Metzger. I'm with Arvato Systems, which is probably not well known in Europe, but it's a full-service IT provider within the Bertelsmann Group. Bertelsmann should be quite familiar to everybody. And is it? No, it's not. No, right. Just to give you a brief overview, Bertelsmann, just a few moments. As you all know, media company, big in television, in music. BMG probably is well known to everybody watching movies and listening to music. And within the Bertelsmann Group, there's also the Arvato Group, which consists out of a financial services industry, a logistics industry, and us in the IT industry. As I said, we are a full-service IT provider. I loved when you said defense industry. Yes, we are also working in the defense industry. Today, I'm focusing actually more on the health industry. Nevertheless, defense, like for example, BWI in Germany, servicing the Bundeswehr, which is the army. We are also collaborating with them, so it's not wrong what you said. I was just a bit surprised. We are a full-service IT provider. We have a huge experience in, of course, the full story from consulting, transforming, operating, the normal stuff you all know. What we also do, and that is quite recent, and I will come back to that on the next slides, is we have the ability out of our own private cloud to deliver sovereign services for our customers according to all the standards Laurent said, and out of our own data centers, with our own operational teams. Very similar, of course, to also the OVH story, to the upcoming Orange story, but focused right now to the German health industry and public industry, public/defense. But of course, to all regulated business, such as huge energy providers, and also industries in the small and medium-sized industries, which need that specific data protection and have the requirements for a sovereign IT. A few words. I like the slides I've seen today regarding what is sovereignty, and the good thing is there were a lot of definitions what sovereignty is, and right now it's developing not to come together to a standard, that would be great, but to a common sense, to a common understanding what we all understand about sovereignty. And apart from the things you already said, data sovereignty, operational sovereignty, and infrastructure sovereignty, I also want to stress the slider between we do everything on our own, then we are safe, it's all in our cellar, we have control over everything, up to I go to a public cloud provider and have scale and it's cheap if I do it right. If I just do it as an extension of my data center, it's going to be much more expensive than I expected. but I give everything away. And sovereignty, after my opinion, is also the ability to have a partner on your side to move my business or my IT with my business around on that slider from I have everything under control to I can fire and forget stuff which is not that critical. As I said here, sovereignty is the ability to act in a self-determined manner in the digital space, which is I can choose for my different kinds of data and applications where I put it on. Of course, as we've heard from all the speakers today, and we will also hear from the speakers today, we are actually very similar in our way to approach the market. The question is, and that is something, of course, speaking for Avato Systems, which I really like that we can do that, but I think I'm also speaking for a couple of you, because that is also valid for you. Of course, we have the capacity of a full life cycle. That means we do innovation. We can offer services for our customers in a full life cycle. We are, and that's what I said in the beginning. We are very attractive at costs because if you use the public clouds as your data center extension, it's going to be very expensive. If you are able to migrate and transform your application landscape into cloud-native services, such like the cloud providers are offering, then the business case is positive. Nevertheless, the volume and the volume of services and the scale the public cloud providers offer, of course, comes with a lot of costs, and so these services are not that cheap. They are just cloud service providers, which is on one hand good because they can focus on that business. On the other hand, companies like Avato Systems and also OVH and Orange, we come with a lot of experience in the managed service provisioning and, of course, transformation for the customers into the clouds. Of course, you then have full control of the data, and they are secure in the cloud because they are in our data center. We have a lot of security around, and of course, we comply with all the regulations. We live along the BSI criteria in Germany, which is this Federal Office for Information Security, and they are very strict in Germany regarding the information security requirements for service providers. As I said, cloud service provider versus managed service provider, it's good to have both in one hand, because then you can consume the services out of the cloud, similar to the public clouds, with a portal via API, via code, Terraform, etc. But you have also the ability to consume managed services on top of that. So what is your way to the sovereign cloud? So first of all, and that is also on the slider, from autarky to giving everything out to a public provider. It saves you the cost and investments for the basic infrastructure, but also for the innovation, because all the innovations which a cloud service provider offers, we as a service provider need to cover that. Then, of course, it is, and that's more the managed service provider thing, it's the tailored solution for the customer, for the business, for your business, because in a public cloud, you simply have the full offering, but you have to choose out of standards to build your solution. With a private approach, it can be tailored to your business needs. Then, of course, the data are the critical data are secured in the cloud. It is future-proof because we continue developing the cloud and the services according to the needs. And an observation I made in the public cloud, with 20% of the services in the public cloud, you can satisfy 80% of the customers. So most of the businesses out there live with 20% out of public cloud services, which are the basic services you need to run your business on. And one USP, which I'm pretty proud of, is a so-called AVIA. It's not the gas station you all know. It's written differently. And that is an overarching, how do you say, service portfolio, an automation engine, which gives you the ability to simplify the usage of cloud services from the onboarding to the operation. And that speeds up the transformation, but also the operations process. It is based on best practices, a lot of policies, a lot of code underneath. So we found out that if you want to run a landscape in the cloud and transform it to the cloud, you need to configure hundreds of services to your needs. And this AVIA speeds up this process. That's why it turns into a racing car. Speeds up this process dramatically because it's all done automatically. So the provisioning of services within the cloud doesn't take months, but it just takes a mouse click, if you want to say so. It's all predefined. You can all enter or you can all change all parameters because it's all Terraform code. But it's a real help to migrate your business to a cloud and also operate it in a native cloud operating model. We call it Cloud Ops model, where customers can, or where it's not the typical outsourcing, we give everything away to a service provider, but where the boundaries between the service provider and the customer can vary dramatically. So you can do things on your own, and we can do things for you, and that can change on a daily basis, if you want to say so. Just to highlight that AVIA portfolio, and I'm going over that pretty quick to also touch the health sector a bit. The AVIA service portfolio is, of course, this what I call cloud foundation. It's the basis for all cloud workloads. And on top of that, you have right now a number of workloads which we operate. That goes from the normal VM to a serverless workload, container workloads, but also applications like SAP are workloads in this cloud which have a predefined model underneath. And we do that, it's a bit hidden in the base, with the 3 public cloud providers, as you can see, Azure, AWS, and Google. And that is the more important thing. with the VPC, which is our private cloud, virtual private cloud, which is this sovereign cloud we offer to the market. And to tell you one success story, and that's now we're coming to the health part. It's a bit similar to the ITS Care part we've heard a couple of minutes ago. It is one of the other big health service IT providers in Germany. It's the Kubus IT, operating also a large variety of health insurances in Germany. And they, of course, require all the sovereign criteria we just heard from, and they want exactly what the idea behind a managed service provider is, to focus on their business, to focus on the application content, to serve their health insurances, but rely on us to meet all the sovereign cloud criteria. So to be not part of any cloud act, to have a safe data storage, to have a safe infrastructure and operations for all their businesses. And as you can read, I don't want to read the slides in detail. It's a kind of a, for us at least, huge number of servers and application landscapes we migrated. What we also have on top of that, and that's probably worth mentioning it's the so-called cloud management platform, which is also kind of nice, because that goes also into this tailored solutions part of the highway. It's a cloud management platform where the customer can self-manage the cloud we offer to him. They don't need us to change their infrastructure, to add servers, to cancel servers, etc. And this cloud management platform, can be rolled out to every single customer. It's a multi-tenancy environment which is kind of a self-management environment if the customer wants to be ahead of the management of the cloud. Great. That just the reminder. Because I like the slide so much, that's why it comes again. Because these criteria are really out of sync. Anyway, now I've changed his slide, so it's not his fault, it's my fault probably. But what I say with this slide is the criteria are, for me, a very, very good summary of what a sovereign cloud needs to offer. And the good thing is that everybody of us, the service providers, can use this list to check against each of these criteria. And so just wanted to show that our cloud also matches these criteria. Cool. That having said, I'm finished with 1.5 minutes earlier, and are open for any questions.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Hansjörg. And apologies for the confusion.
Doesn't matter.
Nevertheless, it does make a great bridge for the next session, so that's nice. Before that, though, yes, we are taking questions. So we had a question over there, I believe. Oh, we have one there from Laurent.
So
very ask anything we didn't discuss before.
And I'm very impressed, as we already had opportunity to talk about it. important point, I think, if you could just develop is the size of the new opportunities that Sovereign Cloud bring to Arvato, because if I understand well, this multi-years, 4 years recurrent revenue in a extra large type of deals is something which was not possible in the past. Is because you are touching critical. Is it correct to say that Sovereign Cloud is a driver to go to this extra large type of business opportunity for your business?
Exactly right. So before that, we were, of course, a service provider as everybody else. We had our classic IT, we had our also cloud platform, but now the platform scales to an extent which, according to data center space, doesn't reach the hyperscalers, but it goes to an extent which is far beyond what we had a couple of years ago. So, and we have enough space in our own data centers in the very nice city Gütersloh, which probably nobody knows. It's in the middle of nowhere, but that's good for the data center. We are not under attack. Everything else will be, but not us, because nobody knows that this data center exists. But there's enough space and enough scalability to have much more business. In terms of megawatts, I'm talking about like 10 to 20, not like the 300 megawatts which Microsoft installs and Amazon installs, and AWS in Berlin and Microsoft in Erft, the Ruhr-Erft-Kreis. But that's the funny thing is, for the target business we are aiming for, even the large-scale health insurances, also defense industry, it's more than enough. We don't want to compete against the public cloud providers in terms of scale. We want to compete against them in terms of sovereign criteria and business which requires this kind of protection.
Great. Thank you so much, Hansjörg. Thank you very much for your questions.
Thank you.